She then has to marry Lord John Grey.
And sleeps with
Officer. Well, it was a drunken, we've talked about this before. They were
With
both drowning
my
in grief
friend.
and alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Hi, my name is Caitríona Balfe
And I'm Sam Heughan.
and we're from Outlander.
We are, and we're about to give you the synopsis for every season of Outlander, all 74 of them.
Previously on Outlander, season 1. Claire Randall is a nurse in World War II, married to Frank Randall. After the war, they go on holiday to Scotland. Then she accidentally travels back 200 years in time. And the first person she encounters is a dastardly devil named Blackjack Randall.
Yeah.
Descendant of her husband, looks remarkably similar to him.
Get off me, you
No one really cares about anything that happened before until she meets a very dashing, very young-looking, charming, charismatic Scottish Highlander called Jamie Alexander Malcolm Mackenzie Fraser.
And the relationship quickly turns from an arranged marriage to love.
Tell me about your family.
Oh no, wait, a rescue mission first.
There's a rescue mission,
Right, okay.
There's a wedding, there's Highlanders, they eventually...
Flee to Paris.
They do.
And Jamie agrees to help Claire change the future to try and prevent Culloden.
The Culloden,
And
the
end of the Highlanders'
the
way of
Highland
life.
culture.
What if we could stop all of it?
Change the future.
That's a cliffhanger.
What I remember about wearing the wedding dress is that it weighed the same as a large human and I had to try and walk. I couldn't sit down in it. They built what they were calling a Pope mobile for me so that I could travel to set.
People
Absolutely
really want
stunning.
to know is, could you urinate whilst wearing?
Well, I did, but I got to bring the lovely Emma Louise with me, who
was
was my
worth it.
standby customer at the time.
You peed in company.
When confronted with the impossible, the rational mind will grope for the logical.
Time travel.
How does it work?
Well, I don't know.
Time travel works when you go to the stones with an intention and you focus on a place or a person that you love or you want to go to. There is a gem
You need a
needs to be
gem.
involved. Season 1, Claire didn't know, but she had a watch on, so she had the quartz in her watch.
Really? Okay.
And she was thinking about history when she went to the stones.
But it also runs in the family.
It can be passed from parent to child. Brianna has the capability.
Yeah.
Roger has the capability.
Everyone's got the capability apart
But
from Jamie
Jamie
Fraser. it
Fraser
seems.
doesn't.
No, but he can sometimes see the future in his dreams. Season 2, one of the most interesting seasons because we're in France. Jamie Fraser befriends Bonnie Prince Charlie, who believes he's the rightful heir to the king of the British crown.
Mark me.
Mock me.
They find themselves imprisoned in society at the court of Louis XIV, and they adopt, actually among the way, a young pickpocket, Fergus.
Madame, vous avez de très très beaux seins.
You just said the same thing to Suzette.
Whose real name was Claudel, and then you just were like, nah,
But
it's not a good
Fergus
name.
is kind of more Scottish. They also lose their first child.
They lose faith.
Then they find themselves back in Scotland and the build up to the Jacobite Revolution, the main battle, the Battle of Culloden.
When you return, I'll be waiting here to fight by your side.
Jamie and Claire try to navigate that,
They do win a few battles, Prestonpans,
They do.
Bannockburn,
but
but
ultimately they
they
know.
know that Culloden's not going to go the way they want.
So Claire decides to leave to go back to the future.
Hold on a minute. Claire is pregnant and Jamie sends her back
She's pregnant,
to save her and the baby.
and Jamie goes to the battlefield to die with all of his other Highland warrior friends and family.
And that was season 2.
How do we finish it?
She believes that Jamie is dead.
Yeah.
Almost 20 years has passed, and her grown daughter, Brianna, Claire decides to bring her to Scotland, and that is where they meet Roger Wakefield.
Back on the battlefield, obviously, Jamie and Blackjack Randall both appear dead on the battlefield.
So season 3, we
Yeah.
opened with Claire united with Frank. We were in the 60s, but they'd moved to Boston. Boston.
Park
And Frank got a job in Harvard, and Brianna is born. Claire goes to medical school. She becomes a doctor, but it's all very Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, messy and
Not a happy
angry
time.
marriage. It
Not
was
a
very
happy
fun.
time, no. Meanwhile, back in time, Jamie's alive and has been living in a cave, but he is a shell of a man without Claire. He's a shadow, like a wild beast.
There'll be no next rebellion.
But my lord!
No more fighting.
I mean, he does end up sleeping with another woman, but that's to help her. Jamie is then sent to Ardmere prison, where he meets Lord John Grey,
The governor of this prison.
then eventually is sent to work as a groom, where he has another, so we say, experience with a woman.
I knew you'd do as I told you.
He's forced to sleep with her.
I'm doing this for myself.
She is pregnant, she gives birth, she dies. Jamie has a son. He can't tell him he's his son. Jamie is now the father to Willie, but Jamie has to leave.
Meanwhile, back in Boston, Frank dies in a car crash, and Claire and Brianna take a trip back to Scotland where they see Roger, and Roger discovers that actually Jamie did not die at Culloden and that there's a potential for him to still be alive. So Claire makes the difficult decision to leave her daughter and go back in time to find Jamie.
Jamie is now living in the capital city of Edinburgh, and he is working under a false name. Claire walks in to find Jamie working away in the print shop, and in the moment Jamie turns around and sees the love of his life, he does the manly thing and faints.
Claire then finds out that actually he's married to Leary, who was a young lady who lived in Castle Leoch back in season 1.
She's a little bit much.
Go back to the hell you came from. Let me go. Let the English stand up for herself.
And they have to pay for a divorce settlement for poor Leary. In fairness, it's not her fault. Young Ian is then...
He's captured by Gaelis Duncan. Maybe not, but she might be a time traveler. She was covered in blood. I'm not quite sure.
The protein and iron keeps my skin young.
They rescued young Ian, and Gaelis died.
This is God's will.
Claire accidentally chopped her head off.
Oh yeah, he did, yeah. On the route to America, they stop in the Caribbean, and then there's a storm, and we end up in America.
Season 4. America, America. Claire and Jamie, they meet the charming Stephen Bonnet. They seek help from Jamie's aunt, Aunt Jocasta, who hopes that Jamie takes over her plantation.
I can't own slaves, Jamie.
But really what they want to do is find their own home.
Find a home, and I think that's what they've always wanted, in North Carolina, and settle there, and that's exactly what
What
they
do they call it?
Fraser's Ridge.
Yeah.
I thought we could have thought of a better name, but Fraser's Ridge.
They were really, really imaginative there, weren't they?
Lord John turns up with young William, Jamie's son.
Do you remember me?
Fondly.
But meanwhile, back in the 20th century, Brianna reads of her parents' demise in a fire, and she decides to travel back to them
America.
to warn them.
So Brianna arrives. Jamie and Brianna finally meet. Well, Jamie goes to the bathroom first, but then they meet. Beautiful moment. I think it's a real book moment, and I think it was really cool. And obviously, Sophie Skelton, who plays Bree, is just
amazing.
Brilliant. And that scene for me is one of my favorite scenes to this day. Obviously, when I'm not with
It's all right.
yours truly.
It's fine. You can have that.
And then Roger follows them through the stones.
Roger also runs into Stephen Bonnet, and Roger and Brianna don't have such good interactions with him. But Brianna is now pregnant.
Well, that's right. She doesn't know who the father is. Then Jamie meets a silversmith, and he realizes it's actually his godfather, Murta.
Roger also has a run-in with Jamie. Jamie thinks that he did something wrong to Brianna, so he beats
Sort
him
of
up a little bit.
son-in-law father meetings
Yeah.
go. It doesn't go very well, let's say that.
You beat up the wrong man.
And
But he's sold to the Mohawk,
Ian and the gang decide to rescue them.
and Ian replaces Roger with himself.
Yes, he gives himself up to save Roger.
Yes.
I mean it. I'm staying.
Season 5, yes. Jamie is forced to wear a red coat. Yes, to go on the side of the British, the people he has fought against all these years. Murta, however, his godfather, is on the side of the regulators. So Jamie eventually asks Murta to leave for his own safety.
I release you from it.
Murta is killed, and then Roger is also mistaken for a regulator, and he is hung but not killed. Claire orders a medical pamphlet under the name of Dr. Rawlings and invents penicillin, as you do.
Eureka. What does that mean?
Stephen Bodett is arrested and drowned, but I think not before they cut off his, can I say this, his testicles.
And then Brianna shoots him in the head.
How did they do that? Maybe it was afterwards. I believe they're still in a jar.
In Matt's office. Yeah. Angered at Dr. Rawlings' progressive writings, local man Lionel Brown leads a group to kidnap and torment Claire.
Yes, the Browns, the new enemy of the Frasers, and they are dastardly, aren't they?
I was just trying to help.
They were from a place called
Brownsville. Very brown.
I'm going to take you to Brownsville.
They really went out with the names back in the early
They couldn't think of anything
American
more
days.
original than Brownsville. However, young Ian comes back. He returns from living with the Mohawk, and
Teams up with Jamie and Roger to save Claire.
that's right.
Kill them all.
We don't like the Browns.
No. All right, season six.
I hope you're following along.
Tom Christie and the Fisher folk arrive at Fraser's Ridge, settle with his faithfully Protestant family. Very, very religious man.
Fergus has been making whiskey, actually. Surprisingly good whiskey. However, he is imbibing just a little too much.
What in God's name are you playing at?
It's causing a bit of a strain on his marriage.
His marriage is not going well.
Claire also is suffering a lot of pain and anxiety about what happened at the end of season 5, and so she is escaping through her use of ether, which she has been making.
You don't feel a thing.
So a little self-medication there.
She is self-medicating, but she does enlist the help of Tom's daughter in some of her procedures, Malva, who appears to be a helpful and willing student.
However, she then accuses Jamie of fathering her child.
Not so good.
And before they can figure out what's really going on, she is murdered, and so is the young baby, which is
Claire
sad.
is suspected.
And then arrested for the crime. So,
Here we are.
Tom Christie confesses his undying love for Claire
I love you.
and tells her that he's going to take the fall for Malva's murder.
Roger and Bree travel back to the future, back again,
Great Scott!
to save Mandy, who has a heart condition.
Claire finds out Malva's murderer and father of her child was actually her brother Alan Ick.
Ick. Fraser's Ridge, the big house that Jamie built, goes on fire. The whole community and cast try to stop the fire by throwing buckets of water on it, but they don't do very well, do they?
I wonder who could have been better.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you all, but there's nothing more we can do.
Claire and Jamie get
Yes.
roped into assisting with the Continental Army at Fort Ticonderoga.
Jamie's son, however, is fighting on the side of the British, the Redcoats. So basically, father fights son.
It will be glorious.
Roger and Brianna buy Lallybroch, Jamie's old home, and they start to do it up. She gets a great job as an engineer.
Meanwhile, Buck Mackenzie, Dougal's son, he has gone forward in time and is living in their house.
But one of Brianna's co-workers finds out about her time-traveling adventures, and he thinks he's going to go back in time and steal some gold.
However, before that, after helping win the second battle of Saratoga, Claire and Jamie and Ian return, yes, back home.
To Scotland. Season 7, Part 2. Claire and Jamie and Ian are in Scotland.
They are.
They just got there. And Claire gets a letter to say, somebody needs you. So she just goes, you know what? This was so nice to see everybody, but I'm going to go back to Philly.
Henry will die if he doesn't have an operation.
Whilst in Scotland, Jamie's best friend, older Ian, dies.
Yeah, but she can't help him.
You're your friend's only hope. You should go.
So she leaves him to go help the other
That
guy.
is a shame.
But then Claire in Philadelphia gets word that Jamie has in fact died on a ship. The ship goes down that he was supposed to be on.
I would feel it in my heart if his had stopped. Do you understand?
She then has to marry Lord John Grey
This is cruel.
because
And
she's
has-
accused of being a spy. And to save her from being arrested as a spy, it would be really good if she married a British soldier.
And sleeps with him?
officer. Well,
I do apologize.
it was a drunken, we've talked about this before. They were
With
both drowning
my
in grief
friend.
and alcohol.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, Jamie's not dead. He just missed the boat.
So she went through all of that for nothing.
Jamie's alive, but the Redcoats are pursuing him.
So he shows up and then leaves again, but
John.
not before he accidentally reveals to William
Who the bloody hell am I?
that he is in fact his real father.
And then I take Lord John captive. What's happening elsewhere?
Young Ian gets married to Rachel
he did,
Hunter,
yeah, lovely.
a lovely young Quaker.
Yeah. Lord John tells Jamie what all has been going on.
I have had carnal knowledge of your wife.
Do you get a bit grumpy?
We see grumpy Jamie.
You beat him up a bit and then you leave him with the Continental Army and tell them that he's a traitor.
Jamie does tend to beat people up when he doesn't
A
like
bit
them.
grumpy.
Yeah.
Jamie is made a general by George Washington,
No
and
less.
at the Battle of Monmouth, Claire gets shot.
Jamie is obviously extremely upset. However, Denzel is there, not Denzel Washington.
Denzel Hunter, Rachel's brother.
Yeah.
He's able to perform a surgery that Claire kind of tells him what to do.
I think Denzel Washington might have done a
Probably,
better job.
yeah, he'd be able to do it too.
Fraser's all going home, back to the ridge with a new member of the family, Francis.
Who may be closer to Jamie and Claire than they realise.
And meanwhile, Roger and Buck have gone back in time to save Jamie from Rob Cameron.
But they quickly find out that they went back to the wrong time and they've actually gone back to the 1730s where they meet Buck's parents,
Dougal Mackenzie of Benach.
Galis and Dougal, as well as Roger's dad, who then they find out was also a time traveller.
Brianna realizes that Rob and Jamie didn't time travel and she rescues Jamie. Yes.
But then she knows that Roger is in the wrong time and on a fool's errand, so then they go back in time to try and find them.
Once they all unite, the family decide where and when they will find a place to call home. And that's where we are.
And if you could follow any of that, that catches you up to season 8.
Sort of. What is quintessential Outlander to you?
Whenever we're doing those battle scenes, you know, it's not just all the men involved, but the women too. It feels like everybody's life is in peril. It's really epic.
You know, Culloden was such a huge moment.
Yeah.
Saying goodbye to Blackjack Randall and all that. And then we're in America, and also that's a huge new chapter, isn't it?
Where it's outdoors and gritty and weather and muck. It feels very quintessentially Outlander.
I agree with you there.
Cool, that's a cut, and that's a wrap.
Yeah.